Now, I recently did a video on how to make this game the clearest, so if you're having issues with visibility, this is not the video to watch. Firstly, as you guys can see, make sure you're playing in full screen resolution. Now, I do have a video showing you guys how to play 4x3 stretched if you want. Currently, I'm actually playing native resolution. For a very long time, I played on 1280 by 960, which means that your game is processing a lot less pixels, so maybe try and play on a lower resolution. Like, for example, if you're playing 16 by 9, maybe even try like 1600 by 900. You could even try 1280 by 720, but this might look a bit more blurry. So yeah, have a play around with some resolutions, but personally for me, 1920 by 1080 is fine. But before we continue with the video, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is GamerPay. They're currently the official sponsor of NIP. No matter what you sell, they have a 0% selling fee, meaning you get 100% of what you sell something for. There are also no buying fees when using your on-site balance from selling skins, so it's basically the only marketplace where there can be zero fees when buying and selling. As well as having no sales fees, GamerPay also have a new feature known as pre-deal, where you can buy and sell your trade-locked items. A lot of people try to do this outside of GamerPay and end up getting scammed. With GamerPay, you can now do these deals in a safe and secure way. Also, to make sure you're getting the best price, you can filter by true market price, giving you the real value of items, unlike other sites that either use Steam price or inflate their prices. They also have super low fees when depositing and withdrawing funds, or as little as 0% fees if you upgrade the status of your account. So yeah, if you're looking to sell some old skins and buy some new skins for CS2, make sure to check them out using the link in the description or the pinned comment, as it really helps support the channel. Once again, thank you GamerPay for sponsoring the video, but let's get back into it. Now guys, onto the advanced settings. Now obviously, boost player contrast. This, I'm not even really sure if this is working that well at the moment, so just disable it, just so that it doesn't affect your graphics performance. And for VSync, obviously guys, like just disable this. Now for the individual preset values, multi-sampling MSAA, I'm using 4x at the moment, and I think this is pretty much the best that you can get. Obviously, you could use 8x if your PC can handle it, but the difference between 4 and 8x is so small. Now, if you do drop it down to 2x, you will see a difference. So if you can, play 4x. If not, though, play 2x. I wouldn't bother with CMAA. Or if you still are struggling, I would just turn this off, but your game will look a lot more pixelated. I've now swapped it to this. As you can see, the edges here. So on 2x, it does look a bit smoother, but the edges are still somewhat pixelated. Whereas on 4x, I think this looks a lot better. And then on 8x, it's even less noticeable. So I think 4x is the sweet spot, and quite a few pros are playing on 4x. As I said, give it a go. If you're still struggling, just turn it off. Then for global shadow quality, this is another debatable one. Again, if you're having issues with performance, just put these on low, but you should really have these on high or very high in this game, because seeing shadows is huge, and there are lots of instances where you being able to see someone's shadow moving could be the difference between you winning or losing a round. So yeah, I would say try and put these on high, but yeah, I mean, if the game's unplayable because you're lagging loads, then just put them on low, and yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Then for the model and texture detail, obviously it's nicer if this is higher, but just put this on low. Don't need crazy good textures. Same with the shaders. This is more for like skins and stuff like that, and surfaces. Just put this on low. You don't need this on high. Particle detail, again, just on low. Medium, high, and very high are just pointless. Ambient occlusion, again, if you're struggling for FPS, I'd just disable this. Now, high dynamic range, I made a video about this and how to make your game the clearest possible. Obviously, you could try performance, but I actually think quality makes the game run better and also stops it from looking all fuzzy. So I would still recommend doing quality over performance for HDR. You guys can test that out for your builds. It'll be different for everyone, but I honestly think quality is the better preset. But as I said, it's up to you. Then for Fidelity FX Super Resolution, you could try performance, but again, this will make your game even more blurry. So if you're having issues, then you could try performance, but you should really just have this disabled. There's no point in playing the game at like 150 FPS, but it looks all blurry and you're literally dying because of it. Whereas you could play it in like 120 FPS, but actually be able to see people and win gunfights. So yeah, it's up to you guys. Make sure to test these out. NVIDIA Reflex low latency, just put this on disabled. I'm easily getting a crazy amount of FPS. I mean, that is mainly because I'm just on like my own server. Maybe go in some deathmatch games, test out your FPS, see how smooth it feels. But yeah, these are the best settings, so you should be getting the most FPS that you can. One other thing I would say real quick, guys, as well, just to make your game look even nicer, and you can test this for yourself depending on your monitor, all you need to do is open up console, type in gamma, and as you guys can see, r_fullscreen_gamma is set to 2.2. Set this to 2.7 and click enter, and it just makes your game look a slight bit less bright, because yeah, I almost feel like the game is too bright to start with. And yeah, this won't affect your FPS at all, so yeah, just give it a go. Let me know how it feels in the comments, and drop a sub if you haven't already.